Hello, everyone. It's really great to see you out this early. I know this crowd stays up very late working, so thank you for taking your coffee with you and joining us this morning. We're thrilled to host PG Connects Vancouver. It's always exciting to launch something new in this beautiful city. And as both of the others have said, it doesn't matter what's happening out there. Creativity can't be stopped. So we feel very sure that this is the beginning of great things for this program and also for the world of pocket gaming. So I will pick this up and talk a little bit about Made in BC. So basically we are Creative BC, and in that we just wanted to introduce ourselves and our origins, and really what we are is an independent agency. We were created and we are supported by the province of BC to build and promote BC's creative industries. So within our area of responsibility are film and television, interactive and digital media, which of course you are all a part of, music and sound recording, and as well book publishing and magazine publishing. And what we know about these industries is first of all that they're really dynamic, and we feel very excited to represent them. But they're also very interdisciplinary, and so there's a lot of collaboration that goes on between these areas. So it's one of our focus points to encourage that. There's a lot of crossover between the sectors, and to note that, in fact, Angry Birds, you may know, has just shown up in theaters as a feature film, and that was shot in Vancouver, so originating as a game and coming into the film sector. So it's really interesting how that's all happening. So Creative BC was established in 2013, and as I said, by the provincial government. We provide programs and services and expertise to support BC's thriving creative industries. You've heard about Vancouver because this city has really taken off, and we have a long history actually behind us in all of these industries. And the work we do at Creative BC is meant to stimulate investment and employment in the province. So specifically, we are focused on promoting BC's creative content and production capabilities at home and globally. Ultimately, we are an industry catalyst, and we were formed to help the creative sector realize the economic and creative potential that we know is here, and to welcome others to share it with us. So our strategic objectives that guide us are really probably very similar to what many of your organizations have as pillars as well. We're really thinking about positioning, about growth, about communication, and especially about talent. You know, all of these things are required in order to take your organization in order to take a province forward in these industries. And a growth culture is super important, one that welcomes and stimulates business. You know, we want to show and tell the stories that are associated with these industries and make sure that the world sees what BC is doing, and also what organizations are coming to BC to participate with us. So ultimately, in that, we can attract, build, and retain the talent, all of you, to continue to work in these exciting industries. So specific to the interactive and digital media industries, we have 5 areas that we focus on, and these are the activities that we undertake to support the interactive and digital media industries. First of all, we have an interactive fund I will tell you about. We provide marketing support and export promotion, industry initiatives like this one. We do attract business, new studios to the province through various missions, and we also want to draw your attention to the province's interactive digital media tax credit. So in terms of support for developers in BC, we do have the Interactive Fund, and this is a joint program between Creative BC and the BC Arts Council. And basically, it supports the creation of original interactive digital media and software applications. So each project can receive up to $50,000. And last year, we distributed $641,000 to 14 BC companies, and we'll be talking about some of them today. So it's important to have a look at this fund. If you are local and you are interested, we'd love to talk more to you about what you're working on. In terms of the marketing support and export promotion, we do support a lot of digital talent to travel domestically and internationally to develop business at focused expos and forums and conventions like this one. And so you will know Electronic Entertainment Expo in LA, the Power to the Pixel Cross Media Forum in London, and the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. These are all places that we support BC talent to travel to. So important to know that it's accessible to you, and also to look out for us in various other places in the world. In terms of attracting business to BC, obviously we have a team of individuals at Creative BC that travel all over the world to do this, and we work closely with all levels of government, various associations and industry, of course, to promote the province's creative industries. And this includes supporting and contributing to inward missions, so meaning incoming trade delegations. Recently we hosted a delegation from Belgium, so if this is something that anyone in the room is considering, we certainly would love to speak with you as well about bringing your mission here, and as well external trade missions. So obviously those in which we attend events around the world. And most recently we work very closely with the Ministry of International Trade, and in that regard we sent some senior members of our organization on missions to India and China very recently on successful missions. I had mentioned the Interactive Digital Media Tax Credit, and now that is actually run by the province of BC, but it's something we want to draw your attention to. It's not administered by us, but we certainly do promote it. And of note, it is available to eligible registered corporations that develop interactive digital media products in BC, and that has to have happened between August 31st, 2010 and before September 1st, 2018. So the tax credit is sort of calculated around 17.5% of the eligible salary of wages incurred in that tax year. It can make a big difference, so please make note and apply. And what it's really done is, what it's designed to do is to educate, inform people about this program, and what the product has to do is it has to educate, inform, and entertain the user. So just to qualify for this program, it has to do those three things and present the information in at least two of the following categories, which would be text, sound, and images. So a few requirements for qualification, and those can all be found on the Government of BC website, or you can certainly email them with any of your questions. So finally, why we're here today is our support of industry initiatives. And this is another great big support for developers. As I said, creativity requires connection, and this kind of event does a lot for the industry and to connect it globally. So we are very proud to be sponsoring this event as a gold sponsor. And we have a B2B meeting space. We hope that you'll take advantage of it. There's lots of space there for you to conduct meetings. And that's booth number 1. It's called Level Up, and you'll see it just near the front doors of the convention. And of course, everyone wants to be social in various different ways. And so if you are open to entering a contest, we hope you will do so. We've put together a really exciting prize package. And one of the things that's sort of fun about this one is that the Whistler Film Festival, for which we have 2 one-day passes and an overnight stay, is actually running something new this year. And it's the Whistler Film Festival Digital Lab. So another first, just just like PG Connects. And of course, we'll have a selection of BC books and magazines and music for you to listen to on the road trip up. But we hope that you will follow Creative BCS on Instagram and Whistler Film Fest. And then if you can take a photo of yourself at our Creative BC booth in front of the banner and just post that with tagging us and using the hashtag CRBCPG, we'll have all the information there and you can enter to win. We're very excited about this new event at the Whistler Film Festival. And again, another first, and always great to be out there at the beginning of these kinds of things. So please enter. So what we wanted to do as we move through the presentation is talk a little bit about the backdrop, a snapshot on BC's digital and interactive media industries. As you know, and as was mentioned already, we have a long history as a world-class hub for interactive entertainment. And we are one of the oldest and most established video game clusters in the world. We also have an international reputation as a leading center for game development across all platforms, so console, mobile, browser, and we're also an emerging VR leader. And I can definitely attest to that, having been in one of our educational institutions that has a dedicated VR research group. And it's some of the work they're doing is literally mind-blowing. And I've been able to actually participate in some of these activities. It's been very fun. See where it's going. And then, of course, what all of these three things together mean is that we have a very deep talent pool. They're being mentored, they're being educated, and they have access to work immediately in very dynamic environments. So we're very proud of this industry in British Columbia. Again, a few pieces of information you may want to take with you. We are the second largest center in Canada at present, and we're always vying with another area of Canada for that #1 spot. We have 168 companies, and they are generating 5,500 full-time jobs right now. And that means that we're generating $576 million in annual expenditures in the province of BC. It's a very big number. And our clusters are actually forming within the city and around it. So Kelowna, Nelson, Victoria, Vancouver Island, as you know, there are lots of opportunities to work in other centers beside Vancouver, and we are seeing that happen, people taking advantage of the lifestyle elsewhere and bringing their business wherever they live in the province. So the pocket gaming landscape, of course, in BC then is quite competitive. And one of the reasons we believe we have this competitive edge is that we have strength in developing games across all platforms. And so this healthy and dynamic mix of large international studios as well as BC and Canadian-owned companies makes it a very dynamic and competitive environment. Some of the large international companies that are here, you may recognize Bandai Namco and Capcom from Japan, as well as Electronic Arts, which is one of the names on many of Vancouverites' lips. And we are very, very proud of our local talent, as well as excited to welcome these international folks to the province. So indeed, we have many small to medium-sized business-owned studios as well, and that's where the emerging talent is. And so we hope to meet many of them here today, and get to know them a little better, because a lot of our programs are very supportive also to that BC-owned and emerging talent group. And so the question is, why do they choose BC? Whether international or BC owned, why are people choosing BC, and have they done so for so long and staying? And so, of course, we have a lot of facts that we could put up on a slide, but what we thought we would do is just quote Hajime Nakatani, who is the CEO of Namco Bandai Studios. And when he first brought his organization here, this is what he said. British Columbia has demonstrated a deep understanding of the digital media and game industries, especially in Vancouver, which has a long history as a pioneer in game development. And this makes it a perfect choice for our first step forward in establishing our global network. I am confident that we will be able to achieve new and amazing feats in Canada thanks to its great talent pool, leading-edge academic and research institutions, and pro-business federal and provincial governments. So pretty much sums up everything I've been saying already. Always great to have third-party endorsement. So we wanted to shine a spotlight on some of our companies here, local. One of our recent Creative BC funding recipients is Stellar J Studios, and we hope that you will get to meet them this weekend. They are BC owned. They're based in Vancouver, a full-service games and animation studio, and they were the interactive fund recipient for 2015-16. They received $50,000, and that was to develop their new mobile game Kaboing Kaboom. And I think we actually are going to see a little bit of Kaboing Kaboom in a second here. It is a bit mesmerizing, actually. Anyways, this is a fun new mobile game. It's due to launch in the fall of 2016. And it's where Crossy Road meets Pachinko. I know, it's quite sweet. I hate to shut it down and move on to the next slide. Okay, I'll have to go. As well, we have Hippo Productions. They're BC owned, based in Kelowna. And Hippo, they are indeed very hyper. They actually produce new games every month that they launch to the public for consumption. And so since 2014, they have released over 30 games to web, mobile, and stream platforms. And some of their notable titles are Adventure Capitalist and Mech Mice. And we're just going to show you a little screenshot of the Adventure Capitalist here. I love this. It's so easy. Squeeze a lemon and go. Anyway, some of the humor in these is really fun. We have Roadhouse Interactive, and most of you will recognize this name. They're a leading Vancouver-based developer and publisher of games for mobile and tablet, and that's been for more than 25 years. They joined forces with 50cc Games and Iron Maiden to create Iron Maiden: Legacy of the Beast. And apparently this is available for an experience at Universal Studios now as well, so that is going to be launching soon. But anyway, it's due out on mobile platforms as well this summer. Another one of their games is Trophy Bingo. This is an office favorite. It's just so cute. Anyways, you rescue all the super dogs. They've got Red Bull Air Race as well. Some of you may know. The fastest motorsport series in the world, now on mobile. They were responsible for Warhammer 40,000 Carnage. This is where you battle the Orc Menace and jump straight into mayhem and carnage like never before. And next we have Super Value Meal Studios, Inc. So these guys are just starting out. I couldn't find a logo for them yet. Very dynamic. Anyway, we're really excited about this new company. They're based in Vancouver. And Super Value Meal Studios is an indie entertainment developer that seeks to find innovative, simple, and fun ways for people to connect digitally. And they are launching their first mobile game, and it's called Brutal. What is Brutal? It's where you can have a brawl with your doodles, and Paul is going to cue the video. Anyway, there's a little preview coming out soon. We move on to Ayugo. very well known. I see their booth near ours as well. They're a larger BC-owned studio based here in Vancouver, mobile first and mobile only since 2003. Strong experience in creating and operating that large-scale free-to-play mobile game on iOS and Android. And some of their notable titles, of course, are The Walking Dead and Road to Survival and Knights and Dragons. And then there is Hemisphere Games, and we know that one of the developers is located in Nelson, BC, a beautiful town in the interior, and they're responsible for Osmos. And in fact, you may know Osmos, you probably will know Osmos, but in fact it was featured on The Simpsons, where Milhouse is shown relaxing to Osmos on his iPad, so we think that's pretty fun. And Matt Jarvis, who is Hemisphere Games' sound magician, says that this proves that all the cool nerds play Osmos. And then finally, we have Bandai Namco. And you may recognize Bandai Namco. They're one of the largest gaming companies in the world. And they opened a Vancouver studio in 2013. Creative BC helped to attract that company to Vancouver, and they're now located in the Centre for Digital Media, which is an amazing educational institution here in the city. Notable titles, of course, Pac-Man 256, which was Apple Best Game of 2015, but that was first released in 1980. And in closing, I will say that I had the Pac-Man watch, and I was tremendously popular for having had that when I was going to school. So anyways, it's near and dear to my heart, and it still works, and I do have it in my drawer. Anyway, that brings us to a close. We hope that you will keep in touch with Creative BC. We want to hear what you're working on. We want to hear what you want to bring to BC. And in order to learn about all of the dates and deadlines and applications that we hope you will all participate in, you can sign up for our newsletter on our website. And of course, we hope you're going to participate in our Instagram contest. Just head over to our booth. You will see Shaz, Val, and Erica. They'll be here today to speak with you and help you win that trip to Whistler and kick off the digital lab at the Whistler Film Festival. Thanks very much, and enjoy your convention.